Good morning. Welcome to Energy Works. Today we're talking about waking up tired. And I have had a lot of that myself, not recently, but in times past, definitely. And I went to a holistic dentist who looked at the microbiome in my mouth and also looked at my air passages and noted how small they were. And yeah, looked at a number of things to help because sleep obviously has a huge impact on your health and your immune system and your weight. So at one point, I had a mask to use at night and also a mouth guard to hold your jaw more forward, which things helped. But then I also lost some weight, which helped a lot more. So all these things that impact our sleeping need to be addressed. So we wanted to clear some energy around waking up tired because that's not the best way for us to wake up. So sometimes it's about sort of knowing what you can improve and what can you remove, and what action are you going to take. So for some people, the temperature in the bedroom is a problem. It can either be too hot or too cold, or think cool is better than hot. Sometimes it's noisy, where we live, or I grew up in Illawong where there was, no noise and no lights. When I first got married, we lived at Padstow, and the garbage truck going by on the street would wake me up, and any noise out there would be kind of shocking. So what is your noise levels like where you live? One of the other things can be electromagnetic exposure. So, where are you charging your phone? It should be at least a meter from your head. Where are you, putting, like, have you got too many electrical things close to your head at night? Because that will impact your sleep. Sometimes we have clutter. I tend to be a little bit of a pack rat and have my bags around me. So removing the clutter, removing the electromagnetic radiation, having dark so that your body can repair. It needs complete dark to be able to shut down and for your brain to have that cerebrospinal fluid wash all the impurities out. It kind of, the brain cells shrink and the flush helps to clear. So some people too need a more correct routine. So sort of starting to go to bed at a certain time, or having a time where they're preparing to go to bed. So you may need like a warning an hour before where you say, right, it's time to prepare now, and the things that you might do to help your body to calm down. For some people, they might need to use oils or to help, with the calming. So doTERRA have just released a new sleep convention kit, and they have a lavender piece with valerian stick, so that you could either apply that on your neck and shoulders or on your feet before you go to sleep to help begin that process of calming down. You could, try an eye mask if you need to reduce light, if your bedroom isn't completely dark. Some people use earplugs if noise is an issue. Also, trying to reduce your electromagnetic radiation before bed, as that wakes up the brain. So for some people, dimmer lighting can be more conducive to sleep and kind of preparing the body for that. For some people, taking a bath might be better before they go to bed, where they could put their oils in the bath. Like, you could use vetiver or lavender piece, cedarwood, frankincense. They're all ones that you might use to help be calm. Trying to finish your eating at least 3 hours before you go to bed. So that one can be a challenge, especially if you finish a bit later. Drinking a lot of water before you go to bed too can be an issue, because then you're going to wake up in the night and pee. So sometimes people will go on social media, so that can be a bit disruptive to our self-esteem, and we can feel that other people have a better life than us, even though that may not be true. And we can have a bit of FOMO. Yeah, so this is from Ralph Montage. One of the worst things you can do when it comes to getting a great night's sleep is eating at night. Having a belly full of food that needs digesting while you sleep will significantly reduce your sleep quality. Leave 3 hours as an absolute minimum from the last meal to sleep. All right. Right. Now, you could use your diffuser at night too. Put the oils in the diffuser to help, use your sense of smell to help relax your brain. That's the fastest way to get to the brain, is actually via smell. It's the oldest part of the brain, and your nose is, connected most closely to the brain. All right. Are there any things that you know that help you with sleep? Are there any tips that you would share with us that might be helpful with your sleep? All right, so we're going to go into the crown chakra. All right, I feel whole regardless of my circumstances. I see my problems as lessons of growth, not as failure. I'm intelligent and spiritual. My work in life brings me joy. So our relationships sometimes can impinge on our sleep when we're, going over the things that mightn't have gone so well in the day. What could we do to help release the things that have been happening? So some people might use ho'oponopono, which is a Hawaiian technique. Basically, it's, thank you for showing me this problem. I'm sorry for whatever part I may have contributed. Please forgive me and I love you. And so doing this process, you don't have to speak to the other person. You can just do it privately on your own and help release the people that are bothering us. All right. I easily address my own needs and wants. I learn what I need to from every life experience. All right, so let's go back into the sixth chakra, brow chakra. My intuition and awareness are gifts. So sometimes for people that are empaths or people that really feel other people's feelings, this awareness sometimes can be a little draining because we can feel how other people feel, and we might have the desire to want to fix it or make it better for other people, which is noble, but it's not always practical. And so sometimes we might to pray before we go to sleep, to pray for the people that we're worried about. So when we hit them directly or get to them directly, we can go via God. So maybe that's a great time to pray for the people that you're worried about, and it's almost like you're going to hand them over to God while you sleep. so he can take care of them. All right, I acknowledge. Good morning, Casille. I acknowledge that I am the source in creating my life the way I want it to be. We always know that we're loved by our Heavenly Father and Heavenly Mother, and they want each of us to have the experiences that are needful for us to have the best growth and learning. And sometimes that's not the most softest and gentlest way, but it's what's the fastest and most efficient way. So, praying for other people can help them receive the love and light that they need as well. My brain organizes and repairs itself each night while I sleep. Back to the crown chakra. All right, I'm remembering the higher purpose behind each event. Sometimes there are events that happen in our life that at the time we may not realize the significance, or we may, and sometimes we need to do some energy clearing around these events. And, there may be, layers of emotions that are stuck in there that need to be worked on. But understanding always that there is great growth and learning that comes through these events, even though they're very difficult for us to process. Okay, and then we're going to go into the 8th chakra, which is about being grounded and connected to the earth. All right, seeing what happens to the earth is not my problem. Whereas, what do they say? The high tide lifts all boats. So the more that we can work together as a whole and to think about everyone's safety and security and happiness, the more that we can all lift together. All right, I'm grateful for every meal. And we are blessed, aren't we, to have enough food and to be able to nourish our bodies in a good way, which of course helps our sleep. So if we look on the meridian clock, all right, that's probably not the best one, but we use that. All right, so you can see the green up the top corner is liver and gallbladder. So they're active between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. And then after that goes into lung. So it's a bit like a relay race, and it's like one meridian hands the baton to another. And so sometimes if the meridians aren't all working in their best way, it's like somebody drops the baton and we wake up. So also you can see the opposite of wood is small intestine, and the opposite of the opposite of liver is small intestine, and the opposite of gallbladder is heart. So these are times, if our gut isn't right, or if we're not living life on our heart's purpose, that we can wake up at these opposite times. And then the opposite of lung is bladder. So how often do you get up at around 3 in the morning and go to the toilet? And often this can be connected to the meridian. So we want the meridian system to be flowing and working. So we're doing our Energy Works course next week, the 8th to the 10th, and you're welcome to come. It's very simple. You can check on things for yourself. You can check on things for your family, and mix with like-minded people. So if you would like to come or you're interested, please let me know. There's still some room available. So these things can contribute as well. So, what we eat affects our small intestine, which in turn is going to affect our liver and our ability to sleep through the night. All right, so now we're going to go into our ninth chakra, which is above the crown chakra. Sleep problems comes up in here. Silence is helpful. Do you ever get any times where there is silence for you? Sometimes that could be driving in the car. If you turn everything off, you can just sit with your thoughts, or sometimes you need to have a little, quiet meditation in your room. I am conscious and present in the now. So sometimes we're worrying about what happened in the past that could happen again now, or we're thinking about the future and what else could go wrong and how can we prevent it, and we're forgetting to be here and now. So trying to be here and now is important, that being where your feet are. All right, I chose this earthly experience, and I really believe that you did. Well, that we knew some of the experiences that we would have, and we were willingly taking that on because we knew the growth and learning that would come. Now, of course, for us, we can't see the bigger picture right now, but we have to trust that, these things are for our greatest good in the end. Okay, something else in our mind. All right, having trust that things will work out. And sometimes when we're in the throes of a very difficult time, we may not feel trust. All right, to trust ourselves, our true selves, is to see the difference between our divine nature and our ego. We are not our myriad of thoughts telling us that we're ugly and incapable, that the world is scary and unfriendly. We are the observer of those thoughts. Trust more in the observer, not the ego. The world is our mirror, and the lens of trust will change our experience. So it's like when we're looking for bad things, we will notice them. But if we were to look for the good things instead, or the beautiful things, we would notice them more. All right. I have confidence in the goodness and mercy of those around me. And yes, there are bad people and people that do bad things, but there are also equal amounts of people that do good things. Can we notice the good ones? Can we encourage the good ones? We are the good ones. All right. I trust in the power of forgiveness, and I really believe that forgiveness is very powerful. Good morning, Tabitha. I trust my body's ability to return to full health. I trust those who have made mistakes in the past and give them a second chance. Now, that doesn't mean we allow ourselves to be a doormat. It's like we can allow people to re-earn trust, keeping a safe distance. All right, so some emotions that are stuck here. So The idea of you. All right, you, the fixer or solver. Are you trying to fix and solve problems? Stuck emotions. So lack of control, when you're feeling that you have no control over particular situations. So being the fixer or solver, that can be very frustrating because you want to feel like you do have some control. So this has got a generational pattern to it. Dad's side, dad's mum, and the women. Like 15 generations of women. Okay. So sometimes in your role as the fixer or solver, you may only be planting seeds and you may not actually be able to physically control the situation. But even if you listen to a person and encourage them and make them feel that they are heard and loved, that can make a big difference. And I guess it's the same for us. It can make a difference to us when we feel loved and heard. All right, so more on growth and learning. I'm able to respect each person for who they are and their unique gifts. My mind finds the way for me to grasp each principle. I am comfortable allowing others to grow in their own way, time, and space. I follow where the light leads. So our aura now. Third layer, so the mental body, leaking energy, in response to feelings, in response to feeling unsupported. All right, something from age 6. Feeling nervousness. So we're just releasing nervousness. Good morning, Nikki. So sometimes we can have experiences as children where we had certain feelings. So we make a biochemistry with these feelings, and every time we have the similar biochemistry later with the same feelings, our body has a reaction, and we go back to that original time and we feel like we're that child. Okay. So, as always, where are you feeling it in your body? Where is the energy stuck? So, vitamin D deficiency is coming up. So, if you can't get out in the sun and it is hard in winter to get enough sun, you might need to take a vitamin D supplement. That's important for your immune system and also for your bones. Ah, Sarah. Thanks, Sarah. In your throat. Okay. And Tabitha in the jaw. All right, so that's all throat chakra. This is right shoulder. All right, thank you, Nikki. So, saying what you think others would like you to say. So sometimes we don't want to challenge other people and want to try and keep them happy because we might see that as the best way to retain peace. And we may have to pick our moments to talk about, really what's happening. And we might have to say a little prayer before we do too, to be given the words and the right way to say it and present it. The oil ylang ylang. All right, teeth and gums. Okay, thank you. All right. Right. Yeah, ylang ylang is a powerful remedy for releasing emotional trauma from the past. It is a fantastic support in age regression work and other methods of emotional healing. Ylang ylang also assists individuals in releasing bottled up emotions such as anger and sadness. Feelings that have been buried inside are brought to the light through ylang ylan's assistance. This oil allows emotional healing to flow naturally, nurturing the heart through the process. It reminds the individual that joy can be felt and experienced more fully by allowing the heart its full range of emotions. Good morning, Susanna. So you might want to use your ylang ylang in your diffuser or actually around your throat or your neck or your, underneath here or at the base of your skull to help release whatever's stuck in there. All right, I'm comfortable expressing my authentic self. I substitute love, joy, and peace for old habits of addictions and abuse. So, sometimes when we can't deal with our feelings, we might want to eat bad food or we might have other self-sabotage mechanisms that we use. So allowing ourselves to feel our feelings and to process our feelings is very powerful. There may be unshed tears from the past, or we may need to give our inner child a little hug and tell her that we're grateful that she got or he got through these difficult things as a child. It's now safe to express myself. So it may not have been safe to express yourself in your childhood, but you can allow yourself to do so now. It's okay for me to sing my life song. So I heard of, and I've probably talked about this before, when an African woman, wants to have a baby, she will dream of the child and hear the song of the child, and she will sing that song to her husband, and he will then be able to sing that song too. And the village that the people grew up in, they will also learn the song of the child. And as the child grows up in the village, people will sing the song to them. So it's like we are, thought about before we come, and to think that people are ready to for us to come and ready for us to fulfill our purpose and our mission in life, and that we have this support around us. Sometimes it's hard to see the support, but there is always support, and even if it's only from the other side of the veil. It's okay for me to tell my story. I release the fear and doubt that blocks the way to my creative expression. I express myself easily and with courage. Originally, when I started doing energy work and also using essential oils, I would, use some family experiences, which to me were very embarrassing, and it was hard for me to talk about them. But I found as I expressed myself that other people would come and express their difficulties as well. So it's like as we express ourselves with braveness, we give other people permission to do that as well. So it's like we enable others to address the things that are bothering them. All right, back into one of the higher chakras. All right, so this is the galactic chakra. So again, it's above the lunar chakra, and it's above the solar star chakra, and then we go into the galactic chakra. So what's coming up is delusions of righteousness. And I know I definitely fall into this, where you feel like I'm doing it the right way. Why are you not doing it the right way? And you know what's the right way for us mightn't be the right way for someone else, and they may have to take a different path to get to that point. And we have to allow people to do that, frustrating as it is. All right, so this chakra is strengthened by giving service. So that doesn't mean you have to become a martyr. It just means if someone pops in your head that you feel that you should call or drop something off to, that you do that, and that you trust that there's a reason for you to do that, and that you're helping someone that might be having a difficult time right now. And I think as we help other people too, it puts our own difficulties into perspective. As I mentioned, we went to the doTERRA conference, and Sam Bloom was the keynote speaker. And I don't know if you've heard of her, but she had a accident in Thailand where she fell 6 meters from a railing that broke and broke her back, and ended up in a wheelchair. And it was a very difficult time for her. She was a very physically active person. She had 3 young boys and a loving husband. And so one of the children found a baby magpie that was a little damaged, and so they helped the magpie to get stronger and to grow up. And it's like the magpie helped Sam to be able to overcome her difficulties. And so the magpie they called Penguin, so it became Penguin Bloom. And there is a movie about it, so if you're ever bored, that's a great movie to watch. And it was encouraging to hear her story and to hear how she's still striving. She goes in surfing competitions. She can't stand up, of course, but she lies down and she still does very well. So she still has to overcome pain every day and, missing the life that she had before. But she is inspirational in making you feel like, well, my problems are less. I can deal with it, and I'm going to keep trying. If you can try with your difficulties, I'm going to try. So it was great to hear her and meet her. All right. I am no longer affected by what I perceive, for I know it is a reflection of my conditioning. I see through the delusions my ego entices me with. All right, more things stuck in our mind. Okay. So we're in prosperity. So sometimes we feel that we don't deserve to have prosperity, or, we're not worthwhile to have our needs met or our wants met. I appreciate my own worth. So sometimes we're not being kind to our body or nice to ourselves, and we're saying awful things to ourselves. I release lack and scarcity from my life. I allow myself to respect my own time commitments. I no longer value others' views over my intuition. So trusting what your intuition tells you, what you feel in your gut, go with it. As I put effort in, I am rewarded fairly. I let go of past mistakes surrounding money. I drink plentifully from the river of prosperity. My gift to this world blesses my family and all those who benefit from my gift. So sometimes we can find difficulties with our gifts, and we may feel that we're not valuing our gifts, or we're not valuable, and then we don't say what we need to say, or don't express what we need to express. So then, of course, this can get stuck in our mouth or in our throat or our neck or our jaw. All right, so now the value that comes up is patience. Are we patient with ourselves? Are we patient with others? All right, I am patient because I trust things will be okay. Sometimes that's hard to trust, isn't it? That we can only see how things aren't going right now, and we kind of almost have to pray to be the witness to the miracle of what could go right, because sometimes we're stuck in how wrong it is. All right, I understand that my lack of patience is a reflection on my imperfection rather than the imperfection of others. I know this too shall pass, and there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. All right, I'm worthy of making the effort to change. Support and encouragement is easily available and string-free. I'm a good, prosperous person. I remain peaceful and calm throughout the changes that come on my journey of prosperity. I love who I am and who I am becoming. And I think that is very powerful, because we're here to become. And the growth and learning can be difficult. All right, so we're going into draw. Okay. the jaw is holding on to anger and resentment. So generational resentment coming through dad's side, the men on that side of the family. Okay, so this is in Inna Siegel's book, The Secret Language of Your Body. And she talks about press your thumb over your middle finger and extend the rest of your fingers and hold this position for 3 to 5 minutes while taking deep, slow breaths. Make sure your jaw is relaxed. So it's kind of like allowing the energy to flow and it not having to be in your jaw. All right, stuck in the gums is feeling doubtful. All right, Divine Healing Intelligence, I ask you to release all procrastination, indecision, self-sabotage, selfishness, and stagnation from my gums, as well as all points of view, positive and negative charges, and all patterns that contribute to this condition. I haven't done the shoulder yet, Nikki, that's next. All right, so let's go shoulder. All right, focusing on problems rather than solutions. And sometimes we can have many problems and feel like, oh, could there possibly be a solution for any of this? All right, Divine Healing Intelligence, please release all strain, stress, worry, insecurity, overwhelm, hurt, rejection, and sadness from my shoulders, as well as all points of view, positive and negative charge, and all patterns that contribute to this condition. Take a deep breath in and tighten your shoulders. Hold your breath for 5 seconds. Then exhale slowly and completely relax your shoulders. Do this several times until they feel lighter. Then rotate your right shoulder in a circular motion to the front for 15 seconds. Then rest for 15 seconds. Repeat this 3 times. Now do the same rotation towards the back and repeat this process for the left shoulder. So you might want to work on your shoulders and kind of, you might intuitively feel what's stuck in your shoulders and sort of be able to understand and release the things that are stuck there. All right, Divine Healing Intelligence, please heal and regenerate my shoulders to their full strength, vitality, and mobility. And the feeling of overwhelm is stuck in there. And sometimes life can feel a bit overwhelming. It's just too much. All right, on a physical level, overwhelm can contribute to back pain, breast problems, headaches, shoulder and ankle problems, Alzheimer's disease, blacking out, colds, cramps, deafness, glaucoma, nervous breakdown, prostate cancer for the men, seizures, senility, stroke, and ulcers. So place your hands on the part of your body where you feel overwhelmed most intensely. Breathe into the area for a few moments while allowing any emotion to rise to the surface with little resistance. Then relax your hands. Divine Healing Intelligence, using the orange-red flame of light, please sweep through my entire system, clearing all overwhelm, stress, and fatigue that I am experiencing. Please help me to let go of the heavy burdens I carry and allow me to see a lighter, more balanced side of life. Help me turn chaos into order, uncertainty into self-belief, and confusion into clarity. Allow me to find equilibrium in my life so that I can embrace and enjoy each step of my life's journey. Thank you. All right, so we can see that we can be carrying emotions from the past in the different areas of our body, which is what we learn to clear when we do an energy works course. We ask the body, what's stuck here? Is it generational patterns, or is it something in your lifetime? And, is there a stuck emotion? And we work with those things. So it's very interesting to see what is stuck where, and often we may never guess what it is. Okay, so now we're going to go in to the universal chakra, which is above the galactic one. So things that would strengthen this chakra are uplifting music. So do you have a piece of music ready to play when you're having a bit of a difficult time and you're having trouble to have faith in yourself and that you're accomplishing your purpose in life? So you might want to play that music to uplift you and to, remove any negativity that's around you. Have this music. Thank you, Nikki. All right, I'm open to receiving light and knowledge. I'm worthy and deserving of reaching my greatest potential. I am one with all that is. And I really believe that. I really believe that we all came at different times and specific times, special times, to be who we are and to shine our light in our life at that time. And it's important for you to express who you are and express the creativity within you, however that looks for you, because we all need to see it or hear it or feel it. Okay. So let's check in. How's our throat going, Sarah? How's your jaw, Tabitha? We've worked on your shoulder then. What about Cassie, your teeth and gums? Something else from the gums. Age 6. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sarah. All these things have spoken to me, feeling very positive. Thank you. Oh, great. And better. Thank you, says Cassie. All right, beautiful. So belief in mass negativity. So we have had a lot of negativity like these last, few years. We've seen the worst the world can do, but we also have seen the best that the world can do, people that have helped us, people that have shown us kindness. So we have to choose which one we're focusing on. Are we focusing on the negativity, or are we focusing on the good things that have happened and keeping the good things and remembering those? All right, so a little bit more on the sixth chakra. Well, a last little ad for our energy works next week. Love to have you come. Love to have you learn how to clear energy to help your family. All right. The need to prevent bad things from happening is getting stuck in that brow chakra. And, try as we might, sometimes things happen that are bad. And I guess like that Sam Bloom, that was the worst thing that could have happened to her. But her and her family, that they are still in the process of overcoming. Right, so sinus congestions also can show up here, ear conditions, finding it hard to go to sleep or staying asleep. So you might use Roman chamomile oil. It's very calming and soothing, and it's about spiritual purpose, like, trusting that what you feel to do and what calls you is what you're supposed to do. And also believing that you won't be destitute if you follow your purpose. People fearfully believe that if they do what they love, they will end up destitute. Roman chamomile reminds them to do what they love to experience true success. All right, so you might use that oil to help you feel your spiritual purpose. And it's also a calming oil as well. All right, so onward and upward to healthier sleep habits, and making sure that you're ourselves a space to be comforted and relaxed, but also to receive inspiration. So taking time and allowing yourself to receive inspiration is important. And we all do receive it. It's just sometimes we fail to acknowledge or we forget. Anyway, thank you to all those that jumped on the call. It makes such a difference. I cannot tell you. I really appreciate you being there and you sharing. It's wonderful. And thank you for being you, and keep being you and keep shining your light. We need you to shine. Okay, thank you.